day 223. Yes, Be My Ground Up, a self-love workbook for the generational first breaker on social media. We're going straight into it. You already know that we are in the root chakra. I'm trying to catch my phone before it dies, so stay with me. Of course, we'll include the scripture. So it says, we are taught at an early age it's best to think before we speak. When we don't, we could say things we don't mean, things we aren't proficient in, or our emotions could cause us to say the wrong sentiment altogether. It's like baking a cake. If we take it out of the oven too soon, the batter hasn't had a chance to bake thoroughly. No one wants a half-baked cake. It isn't, right? It isn't worth eating or edible. In retrospect, we must examine what caused us to rush the process. This is how we have to think of the words we speak. Stop and ask yourself, am I baking a half-baked cake? Like the cake has to bake in a allotted time before you take it out of the oven, let your words bake in your mind before you let them out of your mouth. Unlike the cake that can be put back in the oven until it is complete, the words you say can't be unsaid. You'll have to eat them. We must learn patience with our words. Our words are frequencies. When we send out these frequencies, we draw back to us situations and people that mirror that same frequency. For example, a lack of confidence or insecurity emits a chasing frequency. In some instances, this could look like situations that are premature, immature, impatient, controlling, rushed, and or scattered. The life of creation begins in frequency. All too often, we look on the surface to explain away our realities without confronting the root or origin of its creation. It isn't only by action we create our realities, but by the words we say in the atmosphere we create for their likeness to manifest. We were talking about this yesterday. We see these occurrences happen most often in our relationships. We may form unequally yoked connections simply because we have created an atmosphere for them to show up. If you find you complain a lot, don't be surprised if you attract ungrateful people into your life. The old saying is misery loves company, and the spiritual law is like attracts like. What we focus on takes root, grows, and bears fruit, creating our reality. Now, I'd like to say too that just like there's spiritual law that like attracts like, there is a spiritual law that opposites attract, okay? But what you want to be mindful about, because we're talking about atmospheres, this is about being intentional, even more so being impeccable with our word, okay? If you have ever heard of the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel, that is one of the agreements, to be impeccable with your word. So it's about being intentional. You popping off or you just saying things without actually thinking about what you're saying can be very detrimental. Again, people can't unhear and you can't unsay, you know? So even with my videos, I pause to think about what I'm saying before I say it, because it's important for us to be impeccable with our word. Even now, I'm also seeing the videos where they're talking about doing videos without filler words, right? Trying to talk a minute without filler words. You don't realize how much of what you're saying is nothing. So if we learn to be more impeccable with our words, we can cancel out the nothing that we be talking about. And that looks like unwanted conversations into like small talk, all that stuff. Like seriously, you may not realize it. It's a waste of time. I'm not saying you can't have small talk. I'm just saying if you understand the intention behind it or intention behind it, it's a waste of time. And we can't get that back. Not only that, if ever you want anything, more of anything, say currency in the earth, is going to be time. That's the highest commodity that you have. You can't get that back, you know? So be mindful of how you're spending your time, because a lot of us be wasting it just talking about nothing, right? So anyways, you already know what to do. Click the link in my bio, grab yours so we can do it together. One-on-one coaching available as well. And obviously too, if you'd like to donate to the ministry, one link, everything pops up, and I'll talk to you soon.